Today we're rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Ah, the crazy AI. Will they be drunk? Will it Zyber or will it Danger? Let's take a look. We're starting off with the Ancient Grip. Blue, 4 generic for a 3/3 elk. I didn't even know elks even had a grip. Did they take a grip? Did they evolve into the hooves? A long time ago they had a grip. Whenever Ancient Grip enters the battlefield, or you draw a card except during your draw step, exile target creature or planeswalker card in a graveyard. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it from anywhere, and spells of the chosen type to cast this spell from exile. It almost seemed like a real card at first. Alright, when it enters the battlefield or you draw a card, whenever you draw a card, we get to basically cast stuff for, no, not for free. You may spend mana. Okay, so we can reanimate things. So we draw a card, and then we can cast creatures from our graveyard. And it's like 6 mana. To be honest, I think this is actually, relatively fair. We can ship this one. Toilet's got the right idea. We're gonna ship it. And you can also, I guess, reanimate something from the grave. You can cast it. You gotta cast it. You gotta spend mana. You got no mana, then you get no creature. Alright, next up, we got the Nawalia Rider, a green 3 generic 2/3 elemental. It's an enchant creature, however, at the same time. So it's like one of those bestow cards, I guess. It's got flash. Enchanted creature has no opponent! Nothing! You're playing solitaire, apparently! Is this a way of winning the game? If you don't have an opponent and you're the last, because I sort of look at it like, hey, if you're the last person standing, then you win. Yeah, it's broken. It's absolutely broken. Super at danger. Okay, yeah, flash. Enchanted creature has no opponent. Oh, only the creature has no opponent. It's not the player has no opponent. Maybe that's fine. If the creature doesn't have an opponent, does that technically mean it just cannot attack? I think, you know what, maybe it's fine. Maybe we're wrong about this. Yeah, if the creature has no opponent, then it's going to be standing back on the sidelines. It's going to be staying at home. Can't attack. Alright, it's just a really weird, fancy way of saying it can't attack. We'll say that it passes. It's a very bizarre creature, though. Very, very bizarre creature. Okay, we got the Nerd Artifact. And it should be called Nerd Elemental, because it looks like a tree. It's got the little glasses on and everything. For a white-green 2 generic, we have a 3/3 Tree Folk. And, flying. It flies? Since when do trees fly? When Nerd Artifact dies, you gain life equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on Nerd Artifact. It's also got Hakelings. Whenever you cast an aura spell, create a 3/3 black assassin creature token with that many +1. Alright, do we have an explanation for what Hakelings mean? I think sometimes they put the explanation in here. No, we got no explanation today. This card make no sense. I don't know what Hakelings mean. I've never seen a flying tree. I mean, that comes out of the imagination of the AI, artificial intelligence. And then, yeah, it sort of lost the thread at the end. It was good at the beginning, and then whenever you cast an aura spell, create a 3/3 black assassin creature token with that many +1. Would you like to buy a vowel? AI generated. Alright. Anyway, it ain't gonna pass. It ain't gonna pass. The art can pass, though. That looks like a badass art. Sweet art. Sundering Skebmus. It is a 0 mana snow enchantment. Mill 3 cards, scry 1. Oh my god. I can't tell. Okay, it does not technically draw cards, but 0 mana mill 3 cards. Is that broken? There's got to be some decks that would really want this, like Dredge for example. Whenever it deals damage, you get that many Hake. Yeah, maybe. This is... So, Stevie loves this card. Mill 3 cards. Yeah, it's an enchantment. And you get to scry 1. So actually, if you have some means of bouncing permanents back to your hand, you could replay it for nothing. It costs nothing! It's 0 mana! It's free! It's the free sampler at Costco! Do they have free samples in stores anymore? I don't go to them anymore. Thoracle insta-win? Really? No. You just mill 3 cards. Dredge decks instantly win. Yeah. Sundering Skebmus. And then they would play, what's it called? Street Wraith in combination with this. Big time. You can just keep doing it? How? Oh! It just has, like, this ability. Mill 3 cards. It's like nothing else. Holy crap! The cost is milling 3 cards to scry 1. This is insane! That is absolute chaos. I thought it was like enter the battlefield, mill 3 cards, and scry 1. No, we are milling 3 cards to scry 1. And the scry 1 doesn't even matter. I mean, oh, see Thassa's Oracle, maybe we'll just keep it on top. Yeah, you just mill your entire deck for nothing. This is absolutely, it's better. Print! It's print. It's danger. Print, ship it for chaos. This might be the most danger card ever. Well, it doesn't technically win the game. Like, you need, like, a combo enabler. You need to have Thassa's Oracle in your hand or it's useless. But anyway, this is hold on, we're gonna give it the big one. This absolutely cannot be printed. Beyond ridiculous. 0 mana, mill your deck. And scry 1 at the same time. Okay, we got the Gremlin Jin. Jin. Blue, 4 generic for a 1/2 spirit. Alright, spirit players, you hear that? We got a little something for the spirit fam. The spirit squad. Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Gremlin Jin, exile target permanent. Whoa! Heroic spells usually sucked. That thing is insane. Creature spells you cast cost... It got busted to insanely busted. 3 less. Well, okay, now it does cost 5 mana, but for an artifact, it's an artifact spirit. How does that even make any sense? I've come back from the dead, but I need to, I don't know, I need my robotic arm back. Please fix me. It's mixing the tangible with the intangible, if you know what I mean. That's so weird. At least it's 5 mana. That might be the only saving grace to this card, but for an artifact deck, it probably is not cheap enough. Technically a legal card, but broken. I don't know, is it broken? Like, it probably is broken. I mean, if you're filling your deck with a bunch of pump spells and you need, like, mana ramp to cast this, maybe it's okay. It's 5 mana, a 1/2, and it requires other cards to be good. Yes, that is correct. And then all of a sudden, you could play, I don't know, at 5 mana, you cost something 3 less. You could start playing Ulamogs maybe by next turn. Yeah, Machine Spirit, like in Warhammer 40k. I'm actually not familiar with the game, but I'll just take your word for it that that's a thing. Not a thing in Magic the Gathering. Artifact creatures, very easy to cheat out. Agreed. It's actually close. You know what? If it was like 2 mana, this thing's absolutely broken and busted. But at 5 mana... and no way to reduce its cost, maybe it's fine. And like, whenever you have to cast a spell that targets this, so you can't target it with like equipment, for example. So anyway, I'm gonna do something very dubious. I'm gonna say this card passes, even though it's a bit. I honestly could see this in like a Modern Horizons 3. I think it does stack. Absolutely, it'll stack. I mean, it's already very easy to make artifact decks in which everything costs 0 turn 4. Yep. You gonna fill those decks with Ulamog? You're not doing it. Alright, Blood Leather. The Blood Leather. Green 3 generic for a 2/3 human artificer. Wizard cycling for green 2 generic. What does that mean? You can like cycle this card and look for a wizard card and put it into your hand? I think that's how this works. Just like land cycling, right? You cycle the card and you can look for a land card and put it into your hand. Cool, I can get my Master of Waves. When Blood Leather enters the battlefield, you may put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's fair. And white 2 generic. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. This is actually pretty damn strong. Yes, I would agree that's how wizard cycling works. Oh, yes, there is. There's actually real wizard cycling in this world. Yeah, not a wizard itself, but finds the wizards. Where there's blood, there's wizards. That's how the blood leather works. But how about that activated ability? That's insane. It's very strong, but not busted as hell. I mean, 4 mana to destroy an artifact or enchantment seems pretty fair. And it's only creatures with flying. That's what an archer would do, not necessarily an artificer, but whatever. Nice card. It doesn't feel AI generated because it makes a little too much sense, doesn't it, Raya? Doesn't it? All right, moving on. We're gonna make that one pass. That one was a pass. Okay, the teleportal of delivery. Sorry, hold on. No, the teleportal of deliver. It's like the pizza delivery guy from Phyrexia. Okay, we got black, 4 generic for a 3/3 cleric. That's a cleric? That's a very demonic looking cleric, if you ask me. It's got evolve. Why, I don't know. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, draw a card. Sweet! Oh, that's beautiful. So when we draw our second card, really we're drawing a third card. Basically everything will turn into Thoughtcast. Whenever teleportal of deliver attacks, each other player may put 3+1/+1 counters on target creature. Wow! It's also have downside. So it's like you get the upside of the card draw, but you also beef up your opponent's stuff. Fairest card I've seen in a while. It's almost like the AIs learn to balance the card. It's usually to just pile on tons of like really good stats on one card and make it as tier 0 as possible. That sucks. Print it. Actually, that's right. That seems bad, but it's not busted. 7. Actually, it's actually honestly a pretty bad card. 7 mana, so that you can draw like 2 extra cards a turn. It's not really relevant at that point. You're not forced to attack with it. Not yet. Not yet. Never attack. Yeah, never attack. Draw cards. Seems like a commander group hug card. Whenever you draw... Well, it's only for you, unless you want to give people the counters. The Microwave Girl! I love the name. Never attack. Draw cards. Yeah, bad. Alright. It's so bad, we'll print it. No shredding around here. Nesting Woe Fuel. With the absolute insane casting cost of a green Selesnya hybrid, green, Boros, Boros, and a red for a star Mud Monk Rogue. Alright, sack a land, target creature you control gains flying until end of turn. Oh god. It just dies instantly! All that casting cost for a nothing creature? I can't even activate its ability yet. It dies instantly because it's a 0/0. Yeah, dead on arrival. It's useless. Wow. This effect lasts indefinitely. I love how they have to, target creature you control gains flying until... Okay, and it contradicts itself. You can sack a land to target creature you control gains flying until end of turn, but this effect lasts indefinitely. So it will indefinitely gain flying until end of turn. I know exactly, Frank. Okay, this is one of the more comical cards of today. Anyway, definitely can't print it. Yeah, 9. I like how Joel summarizes it like that. It's a 9 mana 0/0 that has an ability that contradicts itself. Yeah, just make it an enchantment. Just, yeah, humility. Oh, yes. I guess you have to have humility already on the battlefield. Not everything is well in the mud. Yeah, the mud. Maybe it means you can keep using it after the card dies. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, moving on. Looks like rated 18+. Razorfin Partisan. For the white 2 generic merfolk. There are some flying merfolk out there, like the Thieving Skydiver. Alright, it's a 0/5 merfolk. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, Razorfin Partisan gets +3, -3 until end of turn. And it's a fair card. I don't know why you'd be playing that. It doesn't even have flying. It looks like it should be flying. It's literally in the sky. Actually, look at how the AI got really confused with the you see how the ocean line here on the horizon is over here, but it doesn't keep going. In fact, it like dropped for some reason. And then the sky is below here. Anyway, fair ship it, agreed. We have better things to do here. More like razor thin outfit, am I right? That's right. Or maybe it's the whole thing of tights. It reminds me of the merfolk from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Lord Magic is like, ship it immediately, because it's a merfolk, right? It's a fair card. I don't know why you would be playing it. I love this It's a fair card. I don't know why you'd be playing it. Yeah, exactly. Gotta rip it because Wizards of the Coast won't allow the art. Actually, they have like a ton of nude cards. I'm a little apprehensive to making a video about all the nude cards in Magic the Gathering, but I mean, this is nothing compared to Merfolk Sovereign. You go check out that card. Very, very, very revealing. Anyway, we're going to take a look at more wonderful AI-generated cards, but we got to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. My one-stop shop, my first place I go to buy all my Magic the Gathering cards. You can get singles, sealed product, everything. And they got a deal of the week every week. Deal of the week this week. 15% off all mystery, booster, singles, and sealed product. So if you don't mind having this little Planeswalker symbol at the bottom left corner of your card, it's got the same picture and frame and everything. You get 15% off when you buy those Planeswalker or Planeswalker symboled mystery booster cards. It wasn't smooth, but that's what I'm going with. And when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout, guess what? You get an additional 5% off your purchase, and it supports the channel because it lets them know that I sent you. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. What's your next big tournament you got to play? Is it Modern, Pioneer, Legacy, maybe Standard? Actually, it's quite cheaper to play and playtest Standard on Magic the Gathering online because you can rent the cards and play every single deck to your heart's content to find the best deck for you. And when you're renting with you can support the channel by renting using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_3RS. Beautiful, isn't it? All right, let's get back to the wild, crazy world of AI generated cards. We back. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? We got the Mirror Shieldborn, a blue 2 generic legendary creature. It's an elemental It's an elemental avatar. I always found those two are like the same at the same time. It's a 4/4 flyer for 3 mana? That's pretty pushed. And whenever you draw a card, you may pay 2 life. If you do draw, that's insane. It's not quite Necropotence level, but I mean, extra card a turn, not bad. And okay, it gets better. We can pay 1, remove a counter from Mirror Shieldborn. Not sure how we get counters on there. Gain control of target creature. Oh my god. And if a card was put into your graveyard from anywhere, scry 2. Holy crap. That is the most insane card on blue. It's the most pushed blue creature I've seen in a long time. Every control deck would play this. Every deck would play this. I wouldn't say every deck, but every control deck, every blue deck, I'd put in my Merfolk deck. You wouldn't see me go anywhere without this thing. Now, it's good. Now, they did balance this card in one way. It's legendary. Can only have one on the board at one time. Terminus says $500 card, probably. Actually, it's rare, so it probably wouldn't get that expensive. It's a Gib card. It draws endlessly. Oh my, you're right, actually. Okay, so whenever you draw a card, you may pay 2 life and draw a card. So you just, okay, I just drew a card. I can pay 2 life and draw another card. Now, it's not quite endless. I mean, it's going to come to an end when your life total comes to an end. But you can, like, easily pay 10 life, draw 5 cards. You know, that's not bad. Agent of Treachery is back, and it's better than ever. But now, you do have to figure out how to get a counter on this thing. I don't know what's the easiest way. I mean, I don't know, hardened scales? Not sure. It triggers itself. It sounds like it gets peeved off by itself. Combos with the new Shieldred. Ooh, you're right. That is a huge combo. The Shieldred, so when you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Pay 2 life, draw a card. Boom. It's a chain reaction. You'll see it next on my next MTG combos video. Yeah, completely broken. We're not... F this card. Do not print this card. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. We got the Soul Guild Gate. Those guild gates have souls, apparently. Black, white, 1 generic for a 3/4 nightmare stamper. Oh, no, it's a stamper. This is a real word. At this point, I just assume that AI-generated cards are just making up words. I just assume that. Okay, it's got haste and devour too. I don't remember how devour works. Something to do with putting counters on stuff. It's a real keyword though. Whenever Soul Guild Gate attacks, put a +2/+1 counter on it. Not bad. You devour? Yeah, devour 2. Morphling 2.0. Seems fine print. It likes stamps. It's stamping. It's stamping with haste. Is it super pushed? It's a 3/4. Actually, it is pretty pushed. So it can be, it's like a 5, it's a 5/5 for 3 mana. Honestly, I think Modern could suck this card up, to be fair. I think it's too pushed for Standard. But I think Modern, a 3 mana 5/5 haste in Modern, not even a big deal. It can't even dodge Unholy Heat. A bit too strong because it'll be a 5/5 considering it has haste. There's a lot of 5-power creatures. Like it's not far off from like Questing Beast, and Questing Beast has like a bunch of other stats attached to it. So it's like it's a strong card. So it's a 7/6 next turn. Oh yeah, oh my god, it gets bigger and bigger. Yeah, so it's like 7/6, then 9/7. Oh my goodness. Dem is hungry all of a sudden. Hungry to devour stuff. This card would dominate Modern. It would be the new Goyf. Goyf was for 2 mana. Where even is the gate art in this? I don't know. It's the Orzhov gate. Imagine this with Ishin. At least, yeah, it doesn't have trample, so you can like chump block this for days. Everyone gonna call me crazy. I think we can print this card. I don't know. Well, I'm actually saying that assuming I don't know what devour means. I really don't remember what this mechanic does. Maybe with devour, it's a little pushed, but I think you could put this in Modern Horizons 3, and I actually don't think it would break the format either. Yeah, it's weak to removal. You can't recur it back. You can chump block it for days. It's legendary, so it sucks in multiples. Welcome to the stream, Lindsay Peters. Let's hope it will be not your last. All right, we're gonna move on. You can all argue with me in the comment section below. All right, for white and 7 generic, we got the Devourer of the Egg. Where this sounds like the storyline to this card is very short, and it was delicious. All right, it's a 4/4. Oh no, hold on. I thought this was the Devourer of the Egg. Apparently, it's this because the creature is a 4/4 dog. This is also a very, very small dog for a very large creature, but however, it eats eggs, so it's getting that protein. All right, so blue 2 generic. Target goblin creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Ah, okay. So none of this makes sense at all. I have no idea what the story is here. Imagine Wizards of the Coast was forced to create a storyline out of all these AI-generated cards. It's like, I don't know, the goblin found this dog, they became companions, and then they found an egg, and the dog ate it. The end. Love the bracket at the end. Oh yeah, there's one bracket. This is they didn't even close the brackets here. Dog support. Yeah, for 8 mana. Marco likes the art. What is this thing in the background? A flying caterpillar? A little bizarre, hanging out over there in the background. Gonna need that egg. 11 mana for it. The weird, yeah, and you have to activate the ability, so it's 11 mana. Yeah, it's expensive. This card isn't even remotely good. Basically a last pick. Oh, we have alternate images of the Devourer of the Egg. I like this one. That looks great. Hold on. Let's see, look at this full screen. The Devourer of the Egg. Oh, there's got to be a card, the Egg. The egg is like a legendary egg and it must give you special abilities or something. I'm now more curious about the egg than the Devourer of the Egg. There's some storyline here for sure between this dog and this goblin. We need more info. Lotus Cobra in the background, face. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, 10 out of 10 art. Leaves more to be desired. Okay, we've got the Balishin Parish Light. Whatever the hell that means. A black 2 generic legendary enchantment that has flying. Okay. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player may search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Alright, I saw enough of this card. None of it makes sense. This picture, it makes no sense. Actually, nothing in there. That card made sense. Alright, now we got the Clad Kraken. The Clad Kraken for white, 3 generic. It's a 7 loyalty planeswalker. It's a Sphinx. It's got like this nice, cool 8-bit sort of, or 32-bit looking art. Legendary Planeswalker Sphinx, +1, destroy target permanent. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Not bad. Not bad at all. So we blow things up and dig for gas. Look at the top 4 cards, I put them. Wait a minute, you just drew 4 cards. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put them into your hand. Yeah, these all look pretty good. I'll look at these cards. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Put into my hand. Holy, is this vintage power level? Okay, -3, exile target creature. Okay, just in case destroying it doesn't work, exiling it will. -2, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. Any player may activate this ability. Okay, let's see what you got on the top 10 cards of your library. People just play that just so that they can try to kill this stupid planeswalker. -9. So effectively, it's like at a loyalty of 1, because everyone will just reveal cards from the top of your library until it's all over. Yeah, the -2 makes it balanced. And then -9, until end of turn, the Clad Kraken becomes dealt 14, 16, and bear tisks until end of turn. Okay. It ended up being a complete pile of nonsense by that -9. It was degenerate, and then it turned into nonsense. Look at that art. The Sphinx. What is it called? It was called the Clad Kraken, but it was a Sphinx Planeswalker. Nice. Sanctum of Ritual. The blue 1 generic instant. Exile target white permanent in a Brack. Do not thip owner's next upkeep. Too many new words that don't exist. I don't know what the hell a brack is. Is that a brack? Maybe it's a church. I see a little bit of a cross at the top there. Oh no, not dealt! Yeah, I know. And no thipping. Thipping is illegal. In a brack, do not thip owner's next upkeep. Don't do that. All right. I have no other comment. No other commentary. Oh, we got the Harbinger of the Great Landshoid. So it's gonna bring the Landshoid, I guess. Red, 3 generic for a 4/6 human wizard. 4/6 human wizard. When Harbinger of the Great Landshoid dies, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. Fine. And it's got monstrosity. So for a red 6 generic, so just 2 more mana, it becomes 20/15 until end of turn. Each opponent may pay only if you have at least 7 life. Ah, so close. So close to a real card. But not but in the end it's nothing. Had me in the first half, not gonna lie, so it had me too. I don't think that's how El Winter is like, I don't think that's how monstrosity works. Cool art again. Oh yeah, the AI art is always cool. I like it. Voitex says, Brack Faden, my favorite character in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, close but no fairy. I like that. It's close but no fairy. Yeah, we can wizard cycle this thing. Let's go wizard cycling the Harbinger of the Great Landshoid. That's the combo. And that was a green card, right? Yeah, you can have that in your green-red aggro deck. Your opponents may activate the ability if you're on 7 life. Each opponent may pay only if you have at least 7 life. Whatever. Crappy Blossom. Alright, moving on. We got the Sithal Enchant. We got someone cooking some barbecue here. It's a red 5 generic, 2/5 Remongol flying, and frying. It's frying. You got that? Maybe it gets to fry something when it enters the battlefield. Deal 5 damage to target creature. Yeah, the frying mechanic. You can be You're gonna take that creature, stick it like a shish kebab, and put it over the oven. Put it over that barbecue. Okay, when Sithal Enchant enters the battlefield, you may put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, so it's effectively a 3/6 creature. When Sithal Enchant deals combat damage to any target. Damn it! You had to ruin it at the end. You know, you had to ruin it, AI. I was really looking forward to the Sithal Enchant barbecuing, I don't know, some birds or something. You ship it for the barbecue. Based 3/6 Ramongol the Grill Master. That should have been the name. The Grill Master. Can only be blocked by other creatures with frying. Oh, maybe. Or maybe, like, I don't know how... Maybe whenever it blocks a flying creature, it turns into a food token. That sounds very flavorful. Or whenever it deals combat damage to a creature with flying, it turns into a food token. That would make a lot of sense to me. Because they get fried. Don't screw with the Ramongol barbecue master. Yeah, fried tribal incoming. Fry food token, you eat a barbecue. He's cooking in Zeppelin. I don't know what that means. Anyway, look like a lot of sausages there. All right, moving on. The Barter Frost Hammam. For a red 3 generic, we've got a sorcery. Slurf Wizardion creature token with flying. That's enough for me. Moving on. These names are getting hard to pronounce. Manina's Replica. It's a white 3 generic for a 4/1 Spirit Soldier. Trample creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield with a number of abilities. All right. They will, won't they? Usually. I don't know. Can we pass something around here? As far as I'm concerned, based on like the last 10 cards that we looked at, this actually looks passable. This is the most passable of all the cards. So I just feel like giving it some slack. On a good day, I wouldn't do that, but today is a terrible day. Yeah, they really do be like that. It does, well, now, it technically does come into, if it has trample, then it does come into play with a number of abilities. Then that number is at least 1. They usually have trample, sometimes also trample, less often trample too. Yeah, abilities really be like that though. Unbelievable effect. It technically works. It does. All right, many. Oh, do you know what? It's also called many. It's like many abilities. Many and Mena's Replica. All right, moving on. Zentic Charm. Zentic Charm is a land tapped at a colorless. Pay 2, tap. Target creature becomes the color or colors of your choice until end of turn. I don't know where you want that card, but that's totally fair. Where would that help us? Maybe block a creature with fear? Maybe dodge like protection from stuff? You know what I mean? You know, if they got a I don't know. Does anyone play with like Circle of Protection Red these days? I think those cards are more or less dead. Yeah, this is a very 1998 Magic card. Gotta get around that Circle of Protection Red. I'm gonna just make my creature blue all of a sudden. Kind of useful. All right, we can ship it. Absolutely gonna ship it. Combos with Giver of Runes. Oh, that's interesting. It's not a creature you control. It's actually any creature. So you can just turn a creature into whatever you want. And then Giver of Runes will give protection. You can make colored Eldrazi's. All right. We're getting creative here. Wait, so you could create a rainbow card? I guess so. Doomblade opposing Shieldred. Yeah, that's right. All right, Shieldred, you ain't black anymore. You green. You're going to get Doombladed. They say everything dies to Doomblade. And with that card, it absolutely will. Aglasave, a 3-mana artifact. That is a mana rock. Tap to add a colorless. Whenever a player casts a spell, counter that opponent. Holy moly. We just counter the whole opponent. You want to play? No. Aglasave says no. Absolutely not. Actually, do you know what? It's probably missing a comma under counter that. Whenever a player casts a spell, counter that, comma, opponent. Take that, opponent. Can I go to the bathroom? No. You can't do anything. Not so long as the Agla saves on the battlefield. Yeah, Ultra Silence card. Everything gets countered. Whenever a including your own stuff. Whenever a player casts a spell, counter that opponent. Chalice of the Void. The ultimate Chalice of the Void. You go to the graveyard, holds up pistol. Exactly. Still, it doesn't make enough sense. So it don't pass. Yeah, the most nope card ever. Okay, we got the Paramogiar. Paramogiar is a green 7 generic scarecrow. It's a 0/5 creature. Paramogiar enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each other creature you control. Okay. When Paramogiar enters the battlefield, tap all creatures your opponents control. That actually sounds useful. And whenever you cast a spell, add 2 generic mana. Or, sorry, 2 colorless mana. Holy crap. Like, I want to say, this is not insane. It's I mean, at 9 mana, you better get some busted stuff. I just didn't know a Scarecrow could do that much. It's fair, ship it. It's playable. For 9 mana, yeah, let's do whatever it wants. Big effect, but big mana cost, kind of fair. Fair, ship it. It danger, says Nicholas. Doesn't like that mana cost. There's probably some way to, like, break this mana thing. Like, cast a spell, get the mana, do it all over again. Anyway, yeah, it's fair. It's good stuff. Respect because the text is right while big. That's right. It is right. What the hell is this? Dragon Uis Wiffinus. The black 1 generic 2/4 zombie. That amalgamation of a... looks like a mushroom almost with a lock on top of its head. But it's a zombie. So creatures with power less than Dragon Uis Wiffinus's power costs... Creatures with power less than... It costs this much. It costs a black, white, green, white, again, Selesnya, and 1 generic. That's a pretty high cost. That's insane. Oh, but actually it affects your opponent's cards too. And if you don't have this mana, those cards are just locked out. Okay, so and then from a green, red, 2 generic, return Dragon Uis Finis from your graveyard to your hand. What an absolute pain. So if you can get this thing like 10 power, basically that'll lock a lot of cards. It's like a sort of a weird Iona. It's a stacks piece against 0 to 1 power creatures. All 2 power creatures are 2 drops. Creatures with power less than... Yeah, if it's 2 power, it's fine. The power has to be less than... We'll just call it Dragonus. Yeah, how to kill an elf deck. And they can still cast the cards, but like they need black, white, and green mana to do it. Like if you're not an Abzan, you'd be screwed. This would get banned. Would it get banned in EDH? Is it really that bad? Like it doesn't hit that many cards. I mean, as soon as you boost the card, you can I guess it gets bad when you start boosting this card. But it's a really, really awkward card. It's definitely an unfun card, though. Like, nothing good is going to come out of this thing. This seems really interesting, to be honest, as the Air Tempest. I thought Ren and 6 was enough. Red, aggro, and elves just lose. More or less. Cyclops Dragon says, yeah, imagine this as your command. Oh, yeah, it can be your commander. 4-color identity, boosted. Good luck to everyone else. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. So it's got red, green, black, and white in its identity. And you can keep regurgitating this thing back onto the battlefield over and over again. And all you have to do is buff it, and then like basically people can't do anything. EDH has so much removal that hosing creatures doesn't matter. But you can pump it, which would stop all creatures. No, correction. All creatures that are not in Abzan. Because you can still cast cards in Abzan for like 6 mana. Doesn't affect non-creature spells. That's true. So you can kill this thing with anything. Use things like Quicksilver Amulet to get around it. Yeah, I guess so. I think it is bizarrely fair, in my opinion. I think this is a controversial take, but I think it is a bizarrely fair card. Coffee and Buns agrees. We're going to ship it. We're going to ship this card. And if you mad, just blow it up. You can kill the creature and then spew out your hand. Okay, we got the Calarpede Strider. What? A 1-mana 8/8 creature? Oh man, this is coming out in the new Phyrexia set, isn't it? They really have been completed. It's a Phyrexian construct with vigilance and creatures you if able. It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, you can say aw as a dot. Oh, no. Seems legit. What was it? Cutest art. A graphic Pap says. It's a cute art, so you can go aw as it kills you. What insane card. It's good. Yeah, it's gonna creature you. It creatures you if able. Bodies you and able. A white card that doesn't draw. Unplayable. Yeah, I guess so. No, this is like White Weenie somewhere in the year 2050. When Magic has to get pushed this far. Is it possible for Magic the Gathering to get to that degree? Because I see it like right now, like 1 toughness creatures on turn 1 are basically unplayable, and we're just gonna start pushing the envelope. Right now, a lot of 1 drops have 2 toughness. At some point, they're gonna be like 2 creatures, 2/2 creatures, then 2/3 creatures, then 3/3 creatures, and at some point we get, you know, there's like power and toughness inflation over time. This power creep is really out of pocket this set. Jesse says, imagine a player can be made into a creature token. If you get destroyed or exiled, do you lose? Yes, absolutely you would. As far as I'm concerned. Your soul is bound to the creature and the creature died. If you die on the battlefield, do you die in real life? Yes. The new common 1-drop in Phyrexia is a 1/2 flying vigilance, and this feels kind of unplayable and constructed. Anyway, this is unplayable. This is crazy. The power on this thing is insane. Imagine, I don't know. You know what? I would like to see this card in Modern. Because there are, like, it gets hit by Solitude, Fatal Push. It doesn't get hit by Unholy Heat. Actually, maybe more interesting would be if it's a 1-mana 6/6. How good would this be in Modern? Because it's possible that it would be fair. Modern has a lot of removal. I'd just be curious to see how it works. Would be balanced if creatures you means you lose the game unless you have an event that prevents you from losing the game. I don't know. Yeah, we got Portable Hole. Alright. Moving on. We got the Dreamwood Praetor. It's a miniature soldier. For a black 5 generic, it's a 4/3 creature that cannot block. Alright. Tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap steps. Why? Why would you want to do this? It's literally a card. It's doing a lot of bad things to itself. All right, it's 6 mana, not good. Can't block, that's also not good. But what's the upside? Get this. We can tap as many creatures as we want that we control, and they don't get to untap during the next untap step. Ship for King Makar. Is that what we're looking at here? Probably some weird combo you can use with this. Is there any way we can make use out of this? This is pretty on par for a Minotaur. Whoa, shots fired. Hold on, what do we got here? Shots fired on Minotaurs. Yeah, it's like anti-power creep. We're moving, yeah, Mercadian Mercadian Masks rare quality. Maybe not everyone gets that joke, but back then, like, the power creep was super high during, like, the Urza Saga block. Like, they pushed the power limit. Like, it was basically the Throne of Eldraine fire design of the time, except worse, because they had to, like, ban cards immediately for, like, turn 1 combos, and then they scaled it way back. They, like, made cards just absolute rubbish in the Mercadian Masks block. So, yeah, a lot of cards look like this. But how good is it in Limited? Pretty bad, probably. Mesmeric Orb synergy? I guess. Throne of the God Pharaoh? Is that how it would work? I'm gonna tap stuff so that they don't. I'd tap. 6 mana, 4/3, too powerful in 1992. Well, the game didn't exist back then. It's 1 year too early. Okay, well, I mean, sure. It's literally a card that works. It's not any good, but it passes. Okay, Raven Cock. I am certain I have pronounced that correctly. But C-A-L-K, not the dirty mind one. All right, 1 red, 5 generic for 3/3. Vigical. Okay. First. That's the ability, is first. And can't creature tokens. Exile Ravencock. Okay, whatever. This does not make any damn sense. Yeah, first, first things first. We can't creature tokens, and then we're gonna exile Ravencock. So it just enters the battlefield and dies. Yeah, immediately shred. First is the first. Yeah, that's right. First is the first ability. First what? First one into the dumpster. That's what. It's first. What do we got here? Okay, next we've got Zox Skult Rendex, a green 2 generic legendary equipment. Lands you control have tap, add, what the hell? Add blue, green, green. Who would want this card? I don't know. Is it, hold on, it's an equipment. So hold on, do we get the ability when it's equipped? Or it doesn't even have an equip cost attached to it. Or do we just get the static ability? I don't know how to equipment work in this regard. I would assume we just get the ability. Yeah, we can't unequip. I don't even know how to equip. Can't equip in the first place. Danger, but ship it for chaos. Dies to artifact removal. Ship it. Equipment can have passive effects that don't need to be equipped. Okay, thank you so much, Air Tempest. Okay. So who would play this card? Is it a good card? Is it actually good? I mean, you do have to spend 4 mana to get in play, but after that, then you have like this insane amount of mana. I guess what you can do is go like, you can go Soul Ring turn 1. Yeah, you can easily get this on turn in play by turn 2. It's insane. Ship it, ban it, then burn it. Yeah, get that money, wizards. Get that money. Ship it just for a second. Just have some crazy chaos, and then after everyone is like sick and tired of this card. I say nay. I don't want Simic. What is this? What does Skith say? Your name actually seems to match this equipment. I say nay. I don't want Simic to have more ramping. Simic is a tough color part of the color pie to balance. Commander would probably be crazy with this. Oh, no doubt. What would be the commander that goes with this? Has to be a blue-green commander, right? There are ways to attach it, but it'd be pointless to equip. Yeah, you don't need it. It's an equipment that doesn't need to equip anything. Just legendary. It's a legendary equipment that just sits there like a relic in a museum. I feel like there's supposed to be some commas. Yeah. Where's the commas in here? Each land taps for 18 with Nyx Bloom Ancient. Everything would be crazy with this. Would this be in the new Keenan combo deck? Would they play this card? Probably. Any deck playing blue and green would play this card. Ship it, but then ban it in all formats. You can tutor. Yeah, you can tutor for it even easier. 7 cards, Stroke of Genius, turn 3. True story. Actually win with Helix Pinnacle. Alright, that's a lot of... I love how it's like blue, green, but then they have another blue, then green. They don't just go like blue, green. Anyway, this is probably broken. Yeah, infinite mana with Magus of the Candelabra. Oh no! We have a novel to read. All right, so we got the Chantry of Malice. It's a white 5 generic 1/5 Drake with flying and double strike. When Chantry of Malice crews a vehicle, each player chooses a creature card name. Okay, so whenever this thing has to crew a vehicle, each player chooses a creature card name. So they could choose like I don't know, Raging Goblin. If the player doesn't, put it into your hand. Put what into your hand? If that spell put a creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield, that player chooses an untapped land, choose a non-land card name, put that card onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, whose cards with flashback and sacrifices the monarch. Yeah, I heard enough. It really didn't make sense past double strike. Put the play in your hand? I don't know. Concede immediately. Concede out of confusion. It killed itself out of confusion. I really feel the Yeah, I really feel the Everyone feels the malice out of this card. Every single turn in that card text was a left. Sacrifice the monarch. Kill the player. Give your opponent the monarch. Monarch, then sacrifice him. Yeah, this is basically a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay, moving on. Okay, the model has officially generated 1 million cards. This was the 1 millionth card generated. Okay, join us on Discord to try the mod yourself. Was it? Yeah, the model yourself. Click a link in my description. I got linked to the also the Robo Rosewater Masters Twitter profile in my description if you want to join that AI generated community. Okay, we got the Commode Twins, a white-black 3 generic sorcery. Target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of allies you control, and it has rebound. This actually is a real card. The 1 million, after 1 million generated cards, they figured it out. They knew how to make a card. Yeah, and it's trash. Allies? Ah, this is terrible for allies. Number of allies. I think the allies, you might as well just play an ally card. What are allies? It's a creature type. It's actually a creature. It's like merfolk almost, and like they do stuff for each other. So if an ally enters the battlefield, you get an ability equal to the number of allies on the battlefield. Should be rebels instead? Yeah, maybe. The Toilet Twins? I guess, are they on a toilet? There's 2 people sitting down somewhere. What does this picture have anything to do with anything? Russell is a huge allies player. Card name tracks. Was the ally deck ever a thing? Not really. No, not even in Constructed. Maybe in like... in Draft, basically. Oh, a commode equals the toilet? Commode. What does it mean? Alright, it is, toilet! A piece of furniture that looks like a chair but has a container in the seat that people who are ill or can use as a toilet. Well, I'll be damned! Okay then, so it does look like a chair. So it's basically like, it's a chair that secretly can be pooped in. Like, just excuse me, I'd like to poop right now. I don't have time to get to the real toilet. It's like your emergency poop zone. Yeah, pooping buddies. The Pooping Twins. You ready to poop, my brother? I am if you are, brother. Go poop away. All right. It's probably like it looks like royalty. It's like a picture they put on the wall of them pooping. Because we can't forget about that. Bidet without the water? I guess so. That explains why this card is so crappy. Alright, yeah. This card is poop in itself. The 1 millionth card is poop. It's poop themed. Alright, we got the Justice Angel. White for generic for a 4/4 creature. No creature type here. With trample. When Justice Angel enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Whenever a creature deals damage to Justice Angel, Justice Angel deals that much damage to each player or planeswalker. That's pretty strong. So basically, you block and you fling the damage right back to the player. Pay 8. Return Justice Angel from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This is a strong card, but not broken. Here's the battlefield. You get like an extra 2/2. And when any damage dealt to it is dealt to players or planeswalker. White border, shred it. Sheep, each play. Oh, does it do each player? It deals that much damage to each player. Oh, look at that. Or Planeswalker. You can deal 4 damage to each Planeswalker, or you can deal 4 damage to each player. Or sorry, not 4 damage. That much damage. It's an interesting card. It's pretty strong. And you can bring it, and it's an angel that can come back from the graveyard. Zerendoth loves it. Graphic Papsis. Let's ship the... Okay, let's go ship it. I have nothing against this card. It's interesting, actually. 4 abilities and not insanely broken, and they all make sense. It's hard. The more abilities the AI makes, the more likelihood that one of them will be incomprehensible. It is quite interesting. Looks fun. Play it at your next Commander game. No creature type, though. Well, it's probably an angel. They just forgot the creature type. It's whatever you want it to be. Okay, Fall of the Final Land. It's a land with cycling, so you can pay 2 mana. Blue, 1 generic. Untap your untap step. Alright, well, we're already lost, and we're halfway through the card. Tap, face down creatures you control, get +1/+1 until end of turn. That was a real ability there. You lost us at the untap your untap step. I didn't know that we were tapping our untap step in order to use it. I know no better now. The AI knows the... Maybe secretly we're tapping the untap step to go to the untap step. We're tapping our draw step to go to our draw step. If we could just untap these things, we'd have them again. Yeah, double untap. Untap your untap step. Broken, ship it. No, this is nonsensical card. Okay, Dymatic Shroud. Red 4 generic. It's a tribal instant with Seplarus. Is that a real mechanic? Is that a real name? Creatures you control get +0/+2 until end of turn. Whoa! Let's not go crazy here, right? And untap all creatures you control. That's the only part of this ability that makes sense. This literally makes sense, but it's useless. Yeah, +0/+0. Tribal without the tribe. It's just tribal, period. Okay, we've got Tetra Tim Bowman. Thanks so much for the super chat. Enchant with Pariah plus Indestructible and Justice Angel goes infinite because Pariah will redirect its own damage to itself to trigger again. Thanks so much for the combo with the... So we just put Pariah on this thing? Yeah, plus Indestructible. And so it just loops the damage for eternity. Thanks for that one, Tetra Tim Bowman. Always looking for them combos. Yeah, the massive +0/+0. Don't get carried away. You never know. Creatures you control get... Yeah. Well, it most definitely not danger, but also don't make sense, so... Sounds too much like standard. The effect is as deranged as the picture. What is this guy doing? That he would give +0/+0. I guess he's not very influential in combat. He's not a Lord of Atlantis, that's for sure. Alright, we got the Planar Strike. Red. So we got a red 2 generic, instant, devoid. Yucks! Opponents. Akin cards may choose may tune our color. Spirits you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Look at the top. The cycle. Shuffle it into its owner's library. At the Basim abilities. Oh, it's got the void too, but that's not relevant. This was a whole bunch. I thought some of the cards today were incredibly deranged. I was wrong. This goes above and beyond all those other cards. This card has a stroke. This card has a stroke. This card is in its like 10th stroke in 1 week. Oh, thank you so much for the super sick sticker, Zamphofex. Really appreciate it. English has officially been deaded. Yeah, go back home, AI. You're drunk. You never know when the AI is drunk. Just being extremely creative. All right, we've had enough of that card. Got a lot of arts for wastes. All right, we've got the Zifora Erois Champion. It's a red, blue, 1 generic 3/2 frog. It's got its frog minions in there, as you can see. All slivers. I thought this was a frog card. All slivers have at the beginning of your upkeep, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That is very interesting because slivers generally don't want to play with a whole lot of instants and sorceries, but it's probably strong. What do you guys think? Danger? You guys think this be danger? You gotta put a frog in your sliver deck. Laugh my ass off, slivers. It is good. That's probably some crazy AI language that's really saying it's going to destroy humanity. Okay, so we have some people that says it's garbage. Some people say it's Zyber. Some people say it's broken. I don't know. I actually can't judge it. Any sliver players out there? Would you play this card in your sliver deck? All slivers are danger. And like, what would you bring back? I guess what you could... Okay, it combos with Time Warp or any sort of extra turn effect. Because you just take an extra turn, you can loop this for forever. The beginning of your upkeep, return target. So you take an extra turn, return that instant or sorcery back to your hand, and then replay it. Ship it, and no one will play it. Do you know what? To be honest, it probably is too dangerous with... Is there any other ability like this in Magic the Gathering where you get to return instants back to your hand every single turn? Check flavor text. All right, you know what? That's a big flavor text. I should read it. It is easy to overlook this little frog. Its ability to turn up anywhere makes it a nuisance. Its power is derived from the small amount of slivers it has absorbed. Ah, okay. So it eats the slivers. It's like the chub toad. Run away quick or you run no more. I guess them slivers weren't fast enough. They didn't have haste. Whoops. Wrong sound effect. Lurrus can loop Time Walk. I think they can... Okay, do you know what? I actually think this is a very dangerous card. I don't like the idea of, like, it time walking, like, looping Time Walk for eternity. Flavor text knows what's up. That's right. Flavor text knows what's up. Very good flavor text. All right, next, we got the War Scourge. It's a white 2 generic aura. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a mono Throffher creature. An enchanted creature gets +0/+3. It is as bad as it makes no sense. In a war, there is no such thing as honor or loyalty or honor. War is all about winning no matter what you lose, including your dignity. Lord Ojutai the Unforgettable. Ojutai said that, huh? I love it. In war, there is no such thing as honor or loyalty or honor. War is all about winning no matter what you lose. I guess also, you know, winning at all costs. Cheat if necessary. Still 3 bad for a 0/3. It's absolute trash card. What a wise person. Yeah, Ojutai. Ojutai said that. All right, next we got the Earthbringer. Interesting art over there. Okay, we got a red 7 generic. 8/8 Vampire Rogue. Oh, for the Vampire fam. You want some of those red vampires? We got it up. We're good. Here it is. When Earthbringer enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green boar creature token for each creature card that player controls and all permanents you own. Holy crap. So you put a, like, just... So you are the player. So for each creature and each permanent, so the creatures will count twice. You get 1 billion boars. I didn't know the vampires were in touch with the boars. I guess they like bacon just as much as everyone else. I got up on the Luxa. Now this is you. Don't merely as the world before our doom. Yeah, you get like 1 billion. I mean, at this point in the game, if you paid 9 mana for this, you get like 1 billion boars. My boar army! So this woman summons a horde of boars. Got it. That's right. They got the piggies. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. All permanents you own, not control. Okay, whatever. That's fine. And it's gonna check on permanents, and then it's gonna check on your creatures. So the creatures are gonna check twice. better than Portal to Phyrexia. This is not boring. Haha. Nine mana, not instant win is automatically fair. Yeah, it basically just puts a giant board on the battlefield. For 9 mana, it seems kind of fun. A blanket! Yeah, blanket for more boars. Guarism thinks it's broken, though. So the friendly joker, you put 0 tokens in play because that player hasn't been chose, since the text has no instance of targeting a player. I think it's just whoever you are. When Earthbringer enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green boar creature token for each creature card that player controls and all perms you own. Okay, so at the very least, well, I don't know. I'm reading it. It's just choosing yourself. I'm gonna say it passes. I think it passes. This cries to dress. It does. Yeah, otherwise you're just going to get persisted in turn 2 or 3 in Modern. Oh, this would be a pretty good reanimator target. True story. Put it in a graveyard, bring it back onto the battlefield. I mean, you at least... It's going to count itself. Is this a good reanimator target? Like, it doesn't win instantly. You'd be better off with Grizzlebrand or something. More boar play. All permanents you own still counts. Absolutely. So the creature at least like 2 mana or more mana. 2 lands. Just need a little bit of editing. Alright, that be it for Coffee and MTG today. That was a good one. If you love AI generated cards, you want to be part of the show, be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thank you very much for all your support, the super chats, and also everyone who's become a member on the channel or a patron on Patreon. All your support makes sure that I am always here in the morning for Coffee and MTG. But most importantly, thanks to everyone who's here in the morning. Because without you, I've got no show. So thank you so much, Samurai Makoto. We got Tetra Tim Bowman. We have Tyreek, Rhea, Zam, Fofax, Pacers, the Zweers, PM, Markzilla, Abzo. Because without all you guys, I got nothing. You guys are the true show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.